Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you everyone for being here and those watching on TV. The first order of business is I'm going to present a proclamation for Stonehill Winery. This way's fine, that way they can see us and they can see us. Well, almost everybody. All right. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, there's a mayoral proclamation to recognize the 175th anniversary of Stonehill Winery. Whereas Hermann is known to be a beautiful community filled with prosperous businesses who work tirelessly to serve the community. And whereas Stonehill Winery is known to be an enterprise that cares about this community, having served it for 175 years, providing the wines of the highest quality and having helped to receive the Missouri wine the Missouri wine industry. And whereas Stonehill Winery is a historic landmark for the community and a place of beauty that elevates the aesthetic of Hermann. And whereas Stonehill Winery is a community asset that originated with Michael Paschal in 1847, whose tradition is carried on today by the Held family and the Stonehill Winery. And whereas Mr. John Held is with us tonight to receive this proclamation and his family, whereas it is to my honor and distinct privilege to bestow this award on him. Now therefore I, Bruce Cox, Mayor of Hermann, Missouri, do hereby proclaim that the City of Hermann does recognize and celebrate Stonehill Winery for their contributions and services to this community. In witness thereof, I have brought here unto set my hand and cause the official seal of Hermann, Missouri to be affixed on this 11th day of July 2022. There you go, sir.
Thank you, Mayor.
This is the official part, but you know, you really got to take your hat off for everything that they do for the community. We're neighbors too, so that helps me say a few things. But you know, it's just another one of those very proud things that Hermann has, that we can, you know, celebrate and be thankful that we are blessed with operations like they have.
Thank you. And it's hard to believe my folks started reopening the business 57 years ago. And hopefully with our sons coming in, we're going to just keep plugging right along.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Best of luck to you. The only other thing I had under the mayor's report is I just want to take a moment and thank several citizens that have contacted me and discussed the occupancy that we were discussing and talking about. So I just wanted to say thank you for the input. If anybody else has input, don't hesitate to contact me. City Administrator report.
Yes, so the reports that were laying on your desk tonight are the ones that are usually in your binder. But because it was the end of the fiscal year, we hold the books open for another week and a half or so to get all of the June invoices through. So those reports are your final year-end reports. It's the income expense statement and the cash balances as well. The next meeting will start, the reports you'll see will have the new budget figures in them. And the finance clerk, Tammy Ellis, is working right now on our semi-annual financial statement, which will be published in the paper by the end of June, so you can be watching for that. Our sales tax deposit this month was really good again. It was $61,180.08. The gas rate, although still somewhat high, is reduced by 10 cents from last month. So it's $1.10 $1.48 per CCF. In the gas department also, I'm sure everybody noticed the Green Creek bank stabilization to cover that gas pipeline. We were so excited to finally have that done. It was long in coming, and then you know how they ran into all those hiccups, and so it is done and cleaned up, and it looks great. Electric department, we posted, like Corey helped me post on Facebook, the city's Facebook page again, our second peak alert of the summer, and that was from July 5th to July 7th, and basically that's MPUA asking us to pass that information along for customers to have voluntary conservation. So these may be reoccurring throughout the summer with excessive heat, but this is still below the really serious alerts, which are emergency, they call them energy emergency alert stages 2 and 3. Those would be much more serious, but hopefully it won't come to that. The streets, I think everybody is celebrating that Washington Street is nice and smooth and pretty and done. And the contractors are working on the curbing gutter on 7th Street this week. And when that may take a couple weeks, and then when that is completed, they are going to work on pouring concrete aprons on each end of gaping, and then they'll move over to the second block of East 4th Street. And the cure-in-place pipe process, those contractors, SAK, that have been around town, they finished up last Tuesday. I know that some people there was creating that like hot plastic smell that people weren't sure how to identify. That's what that was, and so they're done for the year. We are working, we have those grants I keep talking about. One is due Thursday and one's due by the end of the month, and then we'll have a little bit of a waiting period to see if we obtain those. So those are getting, will be a big push this week for those. And the last thing I think I'll mention is that the hotel feasibility study, the destination services were here Friday, met with me and the mayor, Alderwoman Susan Langer and Tammy, and we had a really great preliminary meeting with them, and then Tammy proceeded to spend the entire day with them, showing them how awesome Hermann is, showing them all of our amenities and attractions. She set up a few meetings for them, and they put in an email that she could elaborate on it, but they said they were highly impressed and very excited to do this project. Yeah, so good. That's all I have.
Thank you. Next, we have public comments. Mr. Kerber.
Thank you very much for allowing me to talk to this group. I have two things to talk about tonight, so I better be quick. First one is the Arts Council and the closing down Schiller Street, promoting the Friday night art walk with alcohol sales. I don't really think that the Arts Council and Hermann's name should be attached to anything that has anything to do with our alcohol sales, and I don't think it's necessary. I don't think that, for instance, I think there's nothing in the mission of the Arts Council that says, talks about alcohol sales at all. They're supposed to promote the arts, and I don't think if people are interested enough to come to the arts walk without alcohol, then they're really not all that interested in arts, so you need to find a way to get that done. Now I look around me, and I see that there's several people here that probably want to talk. And Mark, I know Mark, in fact, we talked about this over the weekend, that want this to happen, and my idea is there's plenty of people here that could take this promotion on. They have businesses that have to do with selling alcohol on that particular street, and I think the Board of Aldermen could look at just doing that for them and let the city's name stay out of this. I think it's going to be a expanding issue. It won't just be Schiller, it'll be 4th Street, there'll be other places too over time. So I just don't think the city should get involved in that, spend taxpayers' money to promote it. But I think there's plenty of people out here that can spend their own money because they'll be actually benefited. Next thing, let's see what I had here. The next thing is the guest houses and so forth. I think that this is very simple actually. There's no difference between a guest house and a long-term rental. It's exactly the same thing as far as the rules that you're going to apply to it. So you already have that. I would like to see you do something to safeguard renters. And those are people that are here 365 days a year. They contribute far more to the economy than tourism does. So a house that's rented is about equal in sales tax to 3.5 guest houses. So I'm happy to see that you're considering doing something to safeguard the people that rent you. Just take the same ordinance that we have that applies to short-term rentals and basically change the name and make some adjustments, and you will have that to cover. So I think that'll work fine. I think you should look at it that way, and I would then, you know, say that would be a good thing. I don't think that it requires very many. We've already had 4 workshops. I don't think another workshop is going to help any. It didn't help with loud music. And anyway, I think that you can get something done on this if you decide you want to, but you basically have done all the work. You probably have to have another hearing, maybe at planning and zoning, maybe a here, but you don't need a workshop because that's just, we've already had 4 or 5 of them on this subject. So that's as fast as I can talk.
You did good.
You know, how many seconds do I have left?
20.
20, so, well, I see you whizzed, I'm gonna talk about something, but no, I won't. I'll let you all get to this other thing, but I'm glad to see you looking after people that actually live here, shop here, send their kids to school here, buy their gas here, and so on and so forth, 365 days a year. Do something for the people here. Trust me, they're suffering a little bit now with per diem and some other things gonna happen. So, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Mr. Sears, Steve?
I gotta figure out how to make my timer stop. New phone.
I think this may be a little premature since I didn't see anything on the agenda about it, but I've read a little bit in the paper and spoke to a few people just in passing about annual residential inspections. I don't know if that's exactly what you folks are talking about, but I think it's an absurd thing. I've lived in my house, I'm going on 18 years, had an inspection when I bought it, had an inspection when we renovated it, had an inspection when I refinanced it. I see no I just don't see any intention with regard to residential annual inspections. And I was curious what caused the issue to be raised, I guess.
I don't think we actually discussed annual residential. It was more for when properties were sold or renters moved in and out. I think that's what you were addressing.
Well, I haven't. You may be right, or I'm sure you are right, but in the paper, it talked about all residences, annual inspections, and a $40
And
fee.
the other thing, at this point in time, that's why I had made the comment earlier, trying to get input from people like yourself and kind of feel how residents feel about this, you know, because it's going to affect a lot of people, and everybody's agreed that we're going to go at this very slow and just make sure that if we do it right.
That's
And if we
my
don't do it, we don't do it, you know.
It seems premature
Right.
for my
But
comment.
you're fine.
Okay,
Thank you for your comment.
thank you.
Mark Duden, if I pronounced that right?
It's Denton, sorry.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to just do a quick report on the Arts Council, and I'd like to just make sure that you know that I'm available for any discussion that may come up at some later point. I just wanted to mention that over the past couple of years, we've been working with the Art Walk, the First Friday Art Walk. I took it over in 2020 as the member who was responsible for ensuring its success. During my initial participation, we had to deal with issues involving COVID. We had a loss of artists, poor participation by businesses due to the pandemic, and it's created further problems for the Art Council and the Art Walk because poor participation begot further poor participation because the artists didn't sell, it wasn't promoted, there wasn't enough people on the streets to generate any interest. And as you may recall, this winter I came before the Board of Aldermen to get Miranda Frederick hired. And since that time, she's been hired as our media consultant. She's done amazing work for us and has established promotion through social media and seeking new artists directly. She's developed great contacts with businesses and the artists, not only in town, but throughout Missouri. And she has expanded the Art Walk to unprecedented levels. Currently, the Art Walk runs between 40 and 60 artists per month and is growing. We expect to have 60 in August. We also have included musical entertainment, concessions, and fundraising. One of our participants raised $750 for St. Jude's at the last Art Walk, which I think is a great success. We have artists from ages 10 to 70 exhibiting. We've also had immediate interest in what we're doing with the Art Walk from as far away as St. Louis and Kansas City. Hundreds of positive reviews have been posted on social media regarding our Art Walk as it currently stands. But I'm looking for support from the city because we do have challenges. We're dealing currently with the summer heat as it continues through to August. We also have problems with our success. We have so many artists appearing at the Art Walk that we're having placement issues. We don't have that much coverage over a lot of the city streets in case of issues like heat or rain or weather conditions like that. And of course the issue of street closures and that which came up previously. And also liquor issues, if that comes up as well. There are challenges regarding the sales of liquor. But hopefully what we're looking for is ongoing communication with businesses in town. We do have a website available for people to talk to us directly. We have our Facebook account, and we also have inquiries made to City Hall that we will respond to. I'd just like to be able to say that anything that comes up, I will be here through the rest of the meeting tonight to talk to any specific issues. And I will also encourage the city to help us with our challenges that we have. Because of our success, we are looking to expand and make that event even more popular than it currently is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. All right, we'll move on to ordinances.
All right, the first for this evening is on for second reading, bill number 2022-24, an ordinance to amend the Code of Ordinances of the City of Hermann, Missouri by adding a new code, Chapter 670, food trucks.
Any discussion before we vote on this? If not, I have a motion to approve. Second reading.
I move to approve bill number 2022-24 to be second read.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. All right.
Next for second reading, bill number 2022-38, an ordinance to approve a municipal services and material contract by and between the City of Hermann, Missouri and Man Media to provide digital social media marketing.
Second reading. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move bill number 2022-38, second read.
Motion's been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
Next for first reading is bill number 2022-39, an ordinance to approve a municipal services contract by and between the City of Hermann, Missouri and Newell Design LLC doing business as Neat Plus Nimble for production of the Visit Hermann e-newsletter with a drip campaign.
Any discussion on this?
What's drip campaign?
Where they send them a new, or they send them something personally, I think, but let Tammy explain it.
So on our e-newsletter, if someone will click on lodging, let's say, we will put them into a new list that they will be interested in more lodging information. So we will send them a series of 4 lodging emails to encourage them to be more educated about lodging. So a drip campaign will have like different subject matters that will go out dripping information to these visitors.
See, I was almost right. Thank you. Any other questions? Do I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve bill number 2022-39.
Motion been made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Nays? So carried.
Mr. Mayor, can we go ahead and read that again?
Twice.
Please.
Sure.
Bill number 2022-39, an ordinance to approve a municipal services contract by and between the City of Hermann, Missouri and Newell Design LLC doing business as Neat Plus Nimble for production of the Visit Hermann e-newsletter with the drip campaigns.
Do I have a motion to approve second reading?
Move bill number 2022-39, second read.
Motion been made, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
No, any opposed? So carried. Take care of the ordinances, we will move to old business. Any old business? No old business, we will move to new business. Anybody have anything under new business? Yay. We'll move to motions. We have a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting.
I move to approve the minutes from the June 27th meeting.
Motion made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Invoices for payment.
I move we pay the bills.
Motion's been made to pay the bills. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Hire Justin Lintermoot as a police officer.
This is exciting, that we're getting another officer to give some relief to our current officers. This will leave us with one remaining vacancy.
Very good.
Two?
Two. I was gonna say two. We were three now.
That's right. So Justin worked for us before for a season, and he's returning, so it should be a very smooth transition.
Very good. We have a motion to approve to hire Justin.
Make a motion to approve hiring.
Motion's been made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Welcome aboard. D, outdoor seating permit renewal for the piano bar Justin Dartery at 101 East 4th Street. Justin's not here. He's in Colorado. I seen him on Facebook today. Anyway, any discussion? If not, I have a motion to approve the conditional use, the outdoor seating permit.
Move to approve.
Motion's been made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Conditional use permit renewal for the Missouri Valley Rentals LLC, Ed Schmeltz, 516 West 8th Street, on an occupied guest house. Any questions? Ed's here if you have any questions. If not, do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Motion's been made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Approve the state bid of $11,853.50 from Napai Truck Equipment for a 2019 Ford F-250 Cirrus body with lights.
Move to approve.
Motion's been made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Festival event application for the Cub Scouts for a barbecue fundraiser at the Family Dollar parking lot, October 1st, 2022. Motion to approve. Scouts?
Motion to approve.
Motion's been made. Do I have a second?
Sorry, before we second it, what hours are they gonna be? Is it daytime?
They don't have the hours on there, but they usually start about 10 and they're usually done by 3 usually.
I second.
Motion's been made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Okay, we completes our session. We need a motion to go into closed session.
I move that we go into closed session for the purpose of discussion related to leasing, purchase, or sale of real estate, section 610.0212, revised statutes of Missouri.
Motion's been made. Do I have a second?
Do we do roll call?
Oh, roll call.
Yeah, we'll take a second though. We need a
No, I need a second. You're messing me up.
Second.
Second.
And a motion is second. Now we do a roll call.
Aye.
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 Okay. We're now in closed session. Thank you, everyone, for coming.